vaccine shortage continues to prolong the pain of COVID-19 in Africa, with just under 1.5% of the 2.7 billion doses having been administered in Africa. The launch of the Sisulu Foundation for African and Pandemic Disease Response, which is a collaboration of African scientists and institutions, has been hailed as a critical step in making Africa self-reliant in training, research, and guaranteeing the availability of vaccines and medicines.
At the Kavi Institute for Clinical Research at the University of Nairobi's College of Health Sciences, critical and groundbreaking research on human vaccines continues. Here, lead scientists explore different aspects of the body's immune response, how antibodies are produced to fight different diseases.
We're actually conducting COVID vaccine trials. We are also generating the immune responses that are generated from people who have been vaccinated in the routine government vaccination program.
But even as Africa continues to fall behind in the race to vaccinate its population of 1.3 billion people against COVID-19, there are fewer than 10 African manufacturers with a vaccine production capacity based in 5 countries: Egypt, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, and Tunisia. In order for African scientists to contribute to solving Africa's health challenges, a consortium of African universities, including the University of Nairobi through the Kavi Institute and led by the Walter Sisulu University from South Africa, announced the founding of the Sisulu Foundation for African and Pandemic Disease Response. This will be a platform for research, training, and will allow for conversations and proposals in the continent to become actions that will guarantee availability of vaccines and medicines in Africa to control diseases and pandemics in the future.
There's really a very interest to ensure that we begin also to make Africa-specific vaccines. And one of the Africa-specific vaccine would be Ebola. Ebola phase 1, Ebola phase 2 vaccines took place here at Kavi.
I cannot be able to give you concrete timelines, but we are looking at potential 6 to 9 months, because this is de novo, starting from zero. The one led by the government is called Fail and Finish, so that one will require about 9 months or so to be able to put in place. And I think the resources have been allocated. The place where this will be sited has also been identified.
So far, 1,417,100 doses have been administered in the country, with just 1.56% of adults being fully vaccinated. This comes even as the heads of the World Bank, the IMF, WHO, and WTO have called upon G20 countries to embrace the target of vaccinating at least 40% in every country by the end of 2021 and at least 60% of the population by the first half of 2022, and ensuring that at least 1 billion doses are shared with developing countries in 2021 to provide financing and to remove barriers to export, inputs and finished vaccines and other barriers to supply chain operations.
The COVID-19 pandemic may have exposed many gaps in the African continent, and at a time when the WHO and many donor countries are asking, where are African scientists and their solutions? This important collaboration is proof that African solutions are necessary and needed at this time. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, at the Kavi Institute of Clinical Research, Nairobi.